This is Laurie Erdman with chronicwellnesscoaching.com, and today I want to talk to you about perfection. Perfection that is holding you back, because that's what perfection does. Perfection, it's this interesting thing because there's really two sides of it. It's like two sides of a coin. And one side is the reality that you are perfect. You are perfect in every way. We are all. I mean, think of it as when we're born, these babies, we are absolute perfection. But then things start to happen, right? Somebody gets angry at us. We don't meet someone's expectations. We begin to think we're not perfect. We begin to deny our own reality. And that's when we start to lose self-confidence and self-esteem and self-love. And it just goes on from there. Try to prove to others and ourselves that we're perfect, when in reality we already are. Years ago, when I had transitioned from working as a lawyer into business development, which are two completely opposite sides of the world, one where perfection is really cherished, dot your I's, cross your T's, the whole bit. Perfection, it's part of the gig. And I worked really well in that world because I suffer from this drive to be perfect. But I went and worked in business development, and wow, business development was a totally different world because it's all about being cutting edge and pushing the envelope. It's about making failures so you can come across that one thing that works. Well, it was a tough transition for me, as you can imagine. And I remember one day talking to my boss, and he wanted, it's like, we're going to do this. And I'm like, okay, well, we have to do this, this, and this, and this before we can get there. And he just looked at me, and he said, Laurie, never sacrifice the good for the perfect. Of course, I stormed back to my office. I was totally upset because he didn't understand. We have to do things perfectly. And what I was really saying is, I have to be perfect. I can't disappoint someone else. It was really the first moment where I realized how much perfectionism was holding me back and holds so many others back. I see it with my clients all the time. I didn't do this perfectly. I didn't do this right. And what it does, how it holds us back, is it keeps us from being our true, authentic self. And when we deny that aspect of ourselves, what happens is, well, that's where dis-ease comes in. We are not being our true selves. In order for you to make, and all of us, to make that transition, and I am not perfect in this by any means, but I can admit that now. I didn't used to be able to admit that I wasn't perfect. But now I can. And it's a thing that I struggle with. I keep continuing to try to be my best and most authentic self, which is one of the reasons I want to do more video and just show you I'm a real person. I'm trying to let it all hang out and not have to keep things in a tight box, because when we release from the constraints of being perfect, that is when our true nature, our true perfection shines through. So how do you do that? This week, I want you to practice being imperfect. I want you to take one aspect of your life, just one task you have in your life, and I want you to practice being imperfect. And it may be, yes, you're probably going to disappoint someone, you might upset someone, but I want you to try it. And do it in a safe aspect of your life. But try being imperfect. And if this resonates with you, if you're going, yeah, this is me and I need to work on this, I invite you to share below in the comments about what this means to you, how perfectionism is holding you back. And after you try this experiment of being imperfect, I want to hear from you. I want to know how it goes for you, because you're probably, my guess, you're going to feel a little uncomfortable with the exercise. That's okay, because part of it is we need you, all of us, we need the gifts you have, and to release from imperfection, step into your authentic self. It's uncomfortable, but we have to get used to it. I've had to get used to a lot of discomfort about around uncertainty and being imperfect. But when I really step into that place, everything is perfect because I am who I am. If this video has resonated with you, if you enjoy this video, please do me a couple favors. Comment below, tell me what you thought. Share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you hang out, LinkedIn. And if you're not already on my list, if you're not already getting my weekly tips, or you haven't gotten my free report, 5 Insider Tips to Eliminating Fatigue, then please go to chronicwellnesscoaching.com and get your report today.